Welcome to the Torque Corporation's Hunger for Violence Extravaganza! Tonight, we're gonna watch the Vault Hunter take on the ravenous Waddle Gobbler! But first, I'm interviewing the only Torque contestant to survive a showdown with the Gobbler. Question time! How are you doing? What's your favorite color? Did you ever see that one movie about the dog that played basketball? Where did you have your first kiss? Did you ever see the sequel to the dog basketball movie where the dog went to space? And if so, which of the two do you prefer? Awesome! Another question. How do you feel about my facial hair? Thank you! How do you feel about the Vault Hunter's chances against the ravenous Waddle Gobbler? Will they win? Will they die? You're the further questions! Who is the most attractive person on Pandora? That's an awful thing to say! Ellie! No! I'm done talking to you! Your grasp on body politics is lacking at best! Oh, looks like we're out of time! We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor! Hey! Get over here so I can whisper some things to you in secret! Real talk, the Gobbler fight is rigged. The Torque Board of Directors made the Gobbler unbeatable, so it'd eat all the contestants and get us a bunch of hits on the EchoNet. But I don't want you to die, because you're cool, and oh crap, I'm not whispering anymore, my bad! You gotta get into the kitchen, kill everybody, and poison the Gobbler's food. Once the poison takes effect, you can kill him. Also, I want him dead so I can eat him! He looks delicious! Stealth! And we're back! The Vault Hunter's in the kitchen, but today there's a new item on the menu! Murder! Vault Hunter, kill the chefs!
And I disappear, a ghost amidst the combat, preparing to strike.
Anton Smith here, president of the Torque Corporation. You'll do well to ignore Torque's instructions if you wish to stay alive.
With the chefs dead, we can prepare our oatmeal for the Gobbler! Get to the freezer! Damn, that door's locked! Let me activate my remote lockpicking program!
We do not allow contestants in the meat locker. Leave at once.
We gotta choose some meat for the Gobbler's meal. Tug on the tastiest looking scat corpses. This is totally gonna get me fired, and I don't care! My mouth is watering!
Don't leave your death.
Dibs on their scalps! Leave us alone! Everything you got!
I enjoyed that.
I don't know what you're planning, but I don't like it. Tributes, get the Vault Hunter out of my kitchen!
What happened to you? So strong,
Dignity!
imposing,
Those
fearsome.
dudes didn't stand a chance! You almost feel bad for them, then you start laughing because you were technically acting in self-defense, so screw them! Violence doesn't solve anything except for all the things it does! Now to grind up the meat! Get to the kitchen!
Thorn, as president, I demand to know why the hell the Vault Hunter is running around backstage.
Just trying to mix things up!
Your job is not to mix things up. Your job is to flex your muscles and do air guitar solos, idiot.
Words can hurt! Let's get a grindin'! Delicious! We're nearly done preparing the cobbler's meal! With the meat prepared, we only need one more ingredient. Deadly poison! Head to the stabber jabber nests! So I'm actually going to open this door remotely without blowing it up.
How hilarious. You just set off my trap card. Your death approaches.
You know you're following an idiot, yes? Torg created his explosive gun tech, then sold it to us for $12 and a high five. We kept him on purely for PR reasons. But you both outlived your usefulness. Tribute, kill.
Oh, hell!
I vanish.
Stop it! Stop it! I didn't sign up for this, damn it!
The true world revealed. Weakness is now known to me. Time to go to work.
When God closes a door, I blow it the f up! Hey,
Bye.
make sure to get a slag whipping on the way. Smack the jabber nest to wake him up. Alright, now slap the jabber!
Your eyes deceive you. An illusion fools you all. I move for the kill.
You gotta slap the jabbers before you kill them!
I vanish.
Kill it before the slag wears off!
Assassins never die.
Tannis told me a single slag jabber gland would be enough to kill a monster the size of a planet! So get a few more!
And I disappear. A ghost amidst the combat. Preparing to strike. Your eyes deceive you. An illusion fools you all. I move for the kill.
Keep grabbing glands! I want the monster full of poison because poison is spicy and spicy food is like an explosion before your mouth!
to my weaponry. Disappear. Goodbye. Stealth. Goodbye. How hilarious. You just set off my trap card. Your death approaches. I vanish.
Woo! You got all the clans! Now pop them into the gobbler's dinner and you'll be ready to fight them!
Why do you insist on being a moron, Torg? This is why you lost a controlling share of your own company. I knew I should have killed you when I had the chance.
Now add the poison glands to the marination vat! Hit that button to marinate the out of that meal! The meal's almost ready. Let's get cooking! Start the conveyor of cookery!
That's it. You've gone off script one too many times, Torg. Today's meal is canceled. Chefs, shut down that oven.
We can't stop now! Protect the oven! I swear by my abdominal muscles, I will eat the ravenous waddle gobbler!
You should be running.
I want that oven shut down. I want the vault on dead, and I want Mr. Torg's head on a plate.
Some nice gear you got!
Your eyes deceive you. An illusion fools you all.
The chefs want to shut off the oven!
Feel
Stop
my
them
skill.
from doing so! No! You gotta start the oven back up! I'm pricking up my buns! Something hungry this way comes! Shakespeare! I want those food shops destroy our culinary masterpiece!
Hear my skills.
Hey! Oven!
Critical killing is an art unto itself.
Food's done! Go get it! My taste buds are aflame with the power of 1,000 nuclear bombs! My mouth is watering so much you could drown a small village in my cheeks! The taste apocalypse is upon us!
Kill that gobbler, Torg. It'll be your last meal. The board of directors and I can guarantee that. You know why we made the gobbler invincible, Torg? So you could kill him. After dozens of failed attempts by other contestants, you were supposed to finally kill it on camera while wielding our most expensive guns. You would have looked like a hero.
Why be a hero when you can eat one?
You are the dumbest person in the world. I paid several other contestants to kill you if the gobbler can't, Vault Hunter. You and Torg will pay for your idiocy.
Here comes the ravenous Waddle Gobbler! We've replaced this creature's normal food with poison! Let's see if he notices! He took the bait! Now just don't die until the poison takes effect! Waddle Gobbler!
Stealth.
Idiotic merch! Don't shoot the gobbler! Shoot the Vault Hunter!
The poison's killable! Let the taste apocalypse begin! I'm gonna eat the out of this thing! Napkins may or may not be involved!
You just disobeyed a direct order from your president, Torg. You're dead.
I am so scared! I know you can't tell because the tone of my voice, but that was sarcastic! Anyway, come on back whenever, Vault Hunter! You go say hi to her! Did you hear? They might release a new bunkers on the asses update. I'm super stoked.
Oh man, it's the Vault Hunter! You are awesome! Didn't you fight Terramorphous? I fought a big creature like that once. He was a big whale squid with 100 tentacles. You ever thought anything with tentacles? Oh, of course you have. Terramorphous had tentacles, how silly of me. Now, where was I?
I am so sorry.
All right, the whale creature. His name was Blowhole the Apocalypse. I called him the Apocalypse for short. And he attacked my hometown of Tsunami's Edge when I was but a little girl. You ever been to Tsunami's Edge? Great town, nice beaches, great food, and the cost of living is just so low. Even being a single grandmother and working part-time at a scat meat processing factory, I was still able to provide for little Mr. Torg. We may not have been able to afford the finer things in life, like food, but we got by. After all, Mr. Torg and I didn't have anything but one another after that horrible gas leak blew up the iridium mine, killing my son and his lovely wife. From that day onward, my little Mr. Torg vowed to conquer explosions themselves in an effort to avenge his fallen parents and...
Come on.
Ah, man, I forgot what I was talking about. There was... All right, the Blowhole the Apocalypse. So anyway, I was wrestling Blowhole to the ground, and I had my bicep curled around his blueberry throat. Blueberry? Sorry, I meant to say blubbery. I've got blueberries on the brain, I guess. I grow them in my backyard. Mr. Torg helped me plant them. Thanks again for that, grandson.
I love you, Grandma!
Anyway, I have my bicep around his blubbery throat, and Mr. Torg starts crying because he really likes whale squids, and he doesn't want to see me hurt one.
They are the princes of the ocean!
So I let the whale go after giving it a punch in the eyeball so he'll remember me, and it swam away into the ocean. And then I had Mr. Torg drive me to the ice cream park. He got me Rocky Road, because Rocky Road's my favorite. I'm extremely partial to the way the marshmallows act as little landmines of flavor amidst the battleground of chocolate. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Is it pistachio? I bet it's pistachio. Oh, that reminds me! You'll never guess who I saw today! Pistachio the Amazing! He's a magician who studied under Crazy Earl, so he's got that weird mustache, you know, but I saw him make a rack hive disappear. A whole rack hive! I said to Mr. Torg, Mr. Torg, wasn't that amazing? And he said, yes, it was, Grandma. Didn't you say that high five? You remember saying that?
I remember, Grandma!
And we stood in line afterward and got his autograph, and I thought I had it somewhere around here, but it's probably in the attic. Where are you going? Oh, never mind. You don't want to hear my story anyway.
Quest! My grandma's a pretty big fan of yours. Could you go say hi to her?
Oh man, it's the Vault Hunter! You are awesome! Didn't you fight Terramorphous? I fought a big creature like that once. He was a big whale squid with 100 tentacles. You ever thought anything with tentacles? Oh, of course you have. Terramorphous had tentacles, how silly of me. Now, where was I?
I am so sorry.
All right, the whale creature. His name was Blowhole the Apocalypse. I called him the Apocalypse for short. And he attacked my hometown of Tsunami's Edge when I was but a little girl. You ever been to Tsunami's Edge? Great town, nice beaches, great food, and the cost of living is just so low. Even being a single grandmother and working part-time at a scat meat processing factory, I was still able to provide for little Mr. Torg. We may not have been able to afford the finer things in life, like food, but we got by. After all, Mr. Torg and I didn't have anything but one another after that horrible gas leak blew up the iridium mine, killing my son and his lovely wife. From that day onward, my little Mr. Torg vowed to conquer explosions themselves in an effort to avenge his fallen parents, and... Ah, man, I forgot what I was talking about. Where was... All right, the Blowhole the Apocalypse! So anyway, I was wrestling Blowhole to the ground, and I had my bicep curled around his blueberry throat. Blueberry? Sorry, I meant to say blubbery. I've got blueberries on the brain, I guess. I grow them in my backyard. Mr. Torg helped me plant them. Thanks again for that, grandson.
I love you, Grandma!
Anyway, I have my bicep around his blubbery throat, and Mr. Torg starts crying because he really likes whale squids and he doesn't want to see me hurt one.
They are the princes of the ocean!
So I let the whale go after giving it a punch in the eyeball so he'll remember me, and it swam away into the ocean. And then I had Mr. Torg drive me to the ice cream parlor. He got me Rocky Road, because Rocky Road's my favorite. I'm extremely partial to the way the marshmallows act like little landmines of flavor, and it's the battleground of chocolate. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Is it pistachio? I bet it's pistachio. Oh, that reminds me! You'll never guess who I saw today! Pistachio the Amazing! He's a magician who studied under Crazy Earl, so he's got that weird mustache, you know, but I saw him make a rack hive disappear. A whole rack hive! I said to Mr. Torg, Mr. Torg, wasn't that amazing? And he said, yes, it was, Grandma. Didn't you say that, high five? You remember saying that?
I remember, Grandma!
And we stood in line afterward and got his autograph, and I thought I had it somewhere around here, but it's probably in the attic. I really ought to go up there and clean it out one of these days. I have so many little keepsakes up there. You're paying attention, right? Say, what's my favorite flavor of ice cream? Oh, so you are listening. How wonderful. You're an even better listener than my old pet rack, Beasto. Beasto was such a sweetie. You ever had a pet rack? If you can tame them, they are the sweetest pet you'll ever have. He used to just sit on my shoulder and bite chunks of flesh out of my neck to pass the time. I still remember the way he used to tweet. He went, tweet, tweet. It was so cute. I had a conversation with him once. I said, Mr. Beasto. He liked being called Mr. Beasto. It made him feel like an aristocrat. I said, Mr. Beasto, you're looking very cute today. And he said, oh, thank you, that's so nice. Or he tweeted in a way that made me know that's how he felt. And then he lowered his little head like he was taking a bow. It was adorable. Beasto was my third pet rack. First I had Woody. He got hit by a train. Then I had Anita. She got shot up trying to take vengeance on the train that killed Woody. And then I found Beasto making little poops on the windmill outside our house. After Mr. Torg and I wrestled her to the ground, I did a flying pile driver off a nearby tower tree. Got him straight in the spine and brought him down. We brought him in and fed him some skag steaks until he decided he loved us. I still miss Beasto sometimes. He just died of old age. Racks don't live much longer than a few years, but I treasure the time we had together. Poor Mr. Torg. When Beasto died, he cried for a week. The kids made fun of him in school, but I told him not to pay them any mind. That's right, high five. Is something wrong? You look confused, Vault Hunter. Oh, you probably haven't heard anyone call Mr. Torg high five before. The world may know him as Mr. Torg, but the Flexingtons always refer to him using his middle name. It's a Flexington family tradition, after all, to use your grandfather or grandmother's name as your own middle name. And my husband, High Five Flexington, God rest his soul, was the best grandfather Mr. Torg could have asked for before he passed. He taught Mr. Torg dang near everything he knew about firearms. Without High Five's teachings, I don't think the Torg Corporation would exist at all. Gosh, I still remember the first gun Mr. Torg tried to make after his parents died. A Jacobs shotgun with a stick of dynamite attached to the barrel. Torg nearly blew his face off, but he got up, dusted his mustache off, and swore that by the time he reached the age of 11, he would make a gun that fired explosions without killing the operator. And by golly, he did! It took a couple of dozen prototypes before he got the right combination of gun parts and explosives right. But once he did, woo-wee! I'll never forget the plume of smoke that used to be my neighbor's homestead. They were jerks, though, so it's okay. Gosh, I've been talking your ear off for some time, haven't I? It's so kind of you to listen for this long. I've taken up too much of your time already. Please don't feel like you have to stick around any longer. As a matter of fact, take this for giving this old woman some company. Woo! You're even more attractive than Mr. Torg said you were. I've got another story for you, but I'd like to tell it to all of your friends at once. An old lady like me has to save her voice, you know. Oh, you still want to talk with me? How incredibly sweet of you. Say, you'll never guess who I saw today. Captain Scarlet. She was robbing my retirement home with a few other brigands, and I recognized her from her wanted poster, and I said, "Oh, hey, you fought the Vault Hunter, didn't you?" And she bowed all elegantly and said something like, "Indeed I did, madam," and said that you were really good at fighting, and that you beat her fair and square. She didn't seem to harbor much of a grudge about it. Nice girl. You should think about meeting up with her again if you're not shacked up with anybody, you know? I mean, of course, you probably are. Gorgeous hunk of a Vault Hunter like you. I bet you're beating away suitors left and right. Look, you're blushing. Oh, I could just eat you up. Mr. Torg was so scared of trying to get a date for such a long time. He used to go to parties in high school and just stand in the back without talking to anybody.
I am an introvert!
I tried to tell him, I said, don't worry about chasing love. If you
Throwing
chase your
grenade.
dreams, then love will follow. See, that's the thing people don't get. You watch Echo films, and they're just awful. They teach you that the only way to be with someone is just to pursue them over and over until they decide they like you. In reality, you know when you like someone almost immediately. You can't really convince somebody to fall in love with you. You just look like a stalker. But if you do things that you're interested in, like making guns that explode or killing mercenaries, then people will see that confidence and skill you have, and they'll be attracted to it. But there's always a fine line between that kind of confidence and narcissism, you know? There's nothing worse than somebody who wants to be famous. I remember when Mr. Torg first sold his weapons tech to that board of directors, he was pretty egocentric for a while, taking pictures of himself and posting them to the Echo Net all the time, trying to hobnob with every celebrity that used his weapons. He came back home one day with a supermodel under each arm, and I said, "Mr. Torg, what are you doing? You've lost sight of who you are. It's been weeks since you actually created a new gun," I said. And it was true. He'd been more obsessed with being well known for doing something great than with actually doing something great.
It was a dark point in my life.
Thankfully, High Five listened to me and got to work on what would eventually become the Kerblaster. You a fan of the Kerblaster? That was always my favorite. That and the Flacker, which I know a lot of people hate. But there's more to combat than just brute efficiency in this old lady's eyes. Style counts for something. And there's nothing quite like filling the air with tiny little explosions. It's like a fireworks show, except the deaths aren't as sad and unexpected. Actually, that reminds me, now that you're here, I wanted to throw some ideas at you for feedback. I'm a playwright in my spare time, and I'm trying to write a story about an up-and-coming tournament fighter who tries to find love in a gladiatorial arena. And I figure you've got a lot of experience, so your feedback would really be valuable. So the play is called Broken Hearts and Broken Necks. Scene 1. Fade in on an arena. Broken Hearts litter the stage. A lone warrior stands in the middle of the stage. A spotlight illuminating her blood-stained arm. She holds her sword triumphantly alive.
How hilarious. You just set off my trap card. Your death approaches.
Destined to spend my life as the strongest, the bravest, the most invincible warrior this galaxy has seen. For I am Valkyrie, scourge of the gladiatorial game. From stage left, a janitor with a heavy heart and an even heavier conscience. He begins sweeping the body earth
A grenade.
until melancholy overtakes him. He drops his bushbroom and falls to his knees before delivering a heart-wrenching soliloquy. The blood cannot be washed away. Not before and not now. Even as I attempt to escape the past which haunts me still. Must I live forever as a fraud, sweeping up the trash of others to hide my shame and avoid my pursuers? Must I forever remain on the periphery of joyful combat, ever watchful but never participating?
I disappear.
I heard a noise agony as they fly upward to Valhalla. Fools! What have they to say? Their agonies are over, ended at the point of my sword. Mine, however, have only yet begun. For it is lonely at the top, and an unchallenged life is a boring one. No doubt, if only
I vanish.
could tell her my true identity, I would give her the light she wants. Yes, ma'am, boredom is the true tragedy. May you one day find challenge in combat. Stupid. Nodon picks up a giant two-armed bastard sword with almost no effort. Valkyrie.
Goodbye.
What is this? Excellent. Stage left. That. What strength does janitor possess? Who is he to pick up a bastard sword? 2 fingers? What hidden power does he hold? What secrets does he keep? I will endeavor to in the hope that our swords may cross in battle! Seem to. The interior of the governor's house. The table is set with oh, I didn't even ask you for the feedback on the first scene. Did you like it? Oh. I guess I saw some rewriting to do. Sorry for wasting your time. We'll have some time to talk to an old grandma.